when Moses came to get the children of Israel, right? He came to get the children of Israel. He still had to tell them, God is going to build you a place flowing with milk and honey. And they had to fight their own soul to have enough faith to get there. And many of us died. Many of us died in our lack of faith. Our lack of, right or wrong. Many of us died never holding on with enough strength to the Father to say, I'm committed and I'm not turning back. But the ones that did, they went into the kingdom of heaven. They watched miracles happen. They watched the nation be born out the ground where it was impossible to do. The terror, when you read them scriptures, man, and you read the terror that was on those Israelites when that Egyptian army came down after them, that Egyptian, and they do just what people do. They do just what people do. The minute that Egyptian army came down on them, they turned their back on Moses.
All right, Shalom Milwaukee, Precinct Officer AG, UPK Milwaukee. I'm here with
Clarence Coates.
Clarence Coates. Good to meet you, brother. I want to ask you a couple quick questions, seeing as you are campaigning for the Biden administration. So there were a couple quotes. It's either Donald Trump had said it or Biden had said it.
I see.
So one of them is, you have to have some kind of Middle Eastern or Indian accent in order to walk into a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts. Who do you think said that, Trump or Biden?
I would imagine Trump.
It was, in fact, Biden.
Okay.
It was some years ago, but that's one of his quotes from it.
I see.
It also made a comment, again, between Trump and Biden. If you don't vote for this specific party, they say you're not black. Do you think that was Trump, or do you think that was Biden that said that?
I assume Biden said that.
Biden did say that. As a black man in America, how do you feel about that stance?
I feel that whatever a candidate says that he believes would motivate his constituents to go to the poll and vote for him is fair game.
So by any means necessary, you think it's all right to campaign how you feel?
Well, in the current climate, given the efforts and the things that the opponent is doing, yes.
Okay.
There is a fire against fire type attitude that's generated.
Gotcha.
You know, not to the point that we start lying and deceiving about what is obvious to the public that we did, but yet and still within the parameters of useful terminology. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. And then the last quote, between Trump or Biden, they had said, poor people are just as talented as white people. You think that was Trump or Biden that made that statement?
I don't know, but I would think Biden would say something like that.
It was Biden. Correct again. 2 out of 3. Awesome. Now, how do you think that reflects on the youth that he's trying to attract? Statements like that.
So the statement was that poor people are just as smart as white people.
Are just as talented as white people.
Talented. I don't see any negativity to that.
That doesn't strike you as
No, it's equating the average poor person, black, white, or green, with the average white person. It's putting us all on an equal plane. That's the way I read it.
You think it was a pretty innocent statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, a positive one in my eyes.
Okay. So now, last question. Since so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have had the right to vote in America, what do you think that voting has done in our lives on a racial, national, and individual level?
There's been, on the racial level, there's definitely been progress. Limited, but yet still progress. National, there's been a fulfillment of the capitalist dream. Seasoned with compassion is perfect, as far as I'm concerned. Worldwide, we're falling behind in regard to being the perfect example of democracy that we pretend to be.
Okay.
The fact that there are voting people who will be willing to believe anything, to co-sign anyone that promotes their cause. So that to me is the opposite of democracy. Democracy is based on the truth as much as possible.
All right. I appreciate your time and your honesty, Clarence. This is UPK Milwaukee, Brother Clarence. Shalom.